Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games, and welcome to a Let's Play I've been waiting a decade to do! You're like, how can that be, Super Paul Games? This game just came out, like, within the last month! Well, I'll tell you later, because you don't want to hear old man stories. Oh, I pooped myself today! Alright, that was awkward. Let's move forward. Oh, this horse loves us. He's got a little heart. He's like, I got my eye on you. Do you want to date me? Nay! Why don't we play a new game? So, as you can tell from the beginning, this is a Napoleon game. You're like, really, Super Paul? Thanks for cluing me in. There are a number of different campaigns we can play. We're going to play the main campaign, Dash for the Danube. 1805, Dash for the Danube. Napoleon's like, I'm looking pretty cool. This guy's like, man, he is looking cool. This guy's like, am I an admiral? Why am I not on a ship? Maybe that's what he named his horse. Yeah, that's horse ship. This is your shining moment, yours. Turning from your planned invasion of England, you prepare for the march of the Grand Army across France and into Germany in a lightning strike to defeat the Austrian and Russian armies, and then capture Vienna. For the sausages. You are currently at war with Great Britain. We call it regular Britain. We don't think it's so great. Austria and Russia. You must defeat their armies and capture their capitals to force each nation to the peace table. Once they are defeated, no one will be in a position to stand in your way as you dominate the minor nations of Germany and Italy and increase your power and control over Europe. So we play as Napoleon. We're going to play general difficulty. No particular advantages are given to either side. Computer doesn't get a bonus. We don't get a bonus. We are loading. I'm excited to play this. I could not believe when I saw this on Steam. I've been waiting for this game for like a decade because it's more or less based on an old game called Napoleon in Europe that was released by Eagle Games a long time ago. So I was so geeked to see this. We are, obviously, the blue. We are France. Where do I even start? That was the start. So we are fighting a war against Austria, the United Kingdom, and Russia. They are all allies. You can tell they are enemies of us because they're capitals. Vienna. You can see a cannon there. You can in Moscow or St. Pete. And you can in London. You can also tell they're at war with us because their entire countries are colored in a solid color. Whereas if you look at Prussia here, Prussia just has an outline color. That means they are currently at peace with us, or neutral to us. Same with the Ottoman Empire down here. Spain, I think Spain is friendly to us. So we can look at the diplomacy chart. Every so often we get political points, and Britain gets political points. Where do I start? These guys are at war, as you can see. These neutral powers, we can use our political points to try and influence them to like us more. Great Britain will try and influence the nations to like them more. If they get their diplomatic rating down to 2, 1, or 0, then Great Britain can play a card to try and get them to join the Great British Alliance against us. Right now, nobody's our ally. We do have a friend in Spain. Great Britain, obviously, we can't influence. That is our arch rival in this. Our goal is to make Austria, Russia, and the UK all be at peace with us. We can also apply influence in Germany and Italy. These aren't proper nations. They're more like groups of people up here in Germany or Italy, and that'll have an effect on whether there are rebellions or if people want to help us or whatnot. Over here we have, that was the diplomacy screen. We have down here the game summary screen. This is just boring crap for the most part. This will matter later on. Maybe naval transport factors, that's how many ships we can carry. How many people we can carry on ships across. And then we can have event cards. And we will get these as the game goes on if we win major battles and kill a bunch of guys. I think we get one every 2 months. And if we defeat other empires. So we can use some of these, they do various things. We will look at them as the game moves on. Right now we're not going to worry about any of those. Right here is activations remaining 4. So basically we can have 4 armies move. And once we're done with that, we're done with everything. We have naval units. They are where the anchors are because they are all in port. Because our navy likes to drink port because they're drunkards. No, well maybe they are. I don't know. Our navy is way weaker than the British Navy. So what we need to do is consolidate some troops. You can see there are 18 troops here of the Vienna army, 14 here. We are at war with them. Right here, this is Napoleon's army. We'll get into what the troops are later on. That is Napoleon. Napoleon Bonaparte. He is the game's best general with a rating of 12. Not just 11, 12. He also has the special battle options which only can be used by him. If Napoleon is killed in battle, the game will end immediately with a substantial penalty to the French player. Proper use of Napoleon's special talents, like, I don't know, juggling, having a wife who's a whore, are crucial to achieving victory in the game. You can only move an army if they have a general in them. These are the general units. These guys right here. And by that I don't mean, you know, general as in regular, but as in the commanding officer. And this is Napoleon himself. So we can see we have 18 guys here. We want to move. How many guys are in this army? About 5. Let us move this army. Oops. I'm still getting a little used to the interface. We're going to move this army back here. We're going to merge these guys. So if you look down here, I used one of the moves. Merging people in a territory is not a move. Moving them from one area to the next is. Let us move Napoleon's army into Belgium. We will move these guys. Oh, these guys don't have a general. They cannot move. That is problematic, to say the least. These guys do have a general. These are infantry and artillery, as you can tell. We'll look at those later on. Do you have a general here? You do. And then we will merge these bastards. We will take a look at our event cards, see if there's any we want to use or can use. All of Germany must be occupied by French troops. Ooh, I would love to make that. Create the Rhine Confederation. But we can't do that. We don't have enough people there. What we can do is have a minor nation join us. Choose a minor nation, which currently has French troops in it, to join the Empire. If another major nation already owns the region, its diplomatic rating will drop to 2. Use this card. When you use this card, Great Britain will get 2 political points. So if you remember earlier, I was showing you the diplomacy, the political points. They can use those points to try and influence Prussia to come into the war or Spain to not like us. Because what we're doing is, you know, it's not a nice thing, but we're going to use it anyway. So we're going to take Hesburg here. That is ours, and then this is the end turn button, and that's our turn. We're going to get rid of these messages, but I'll read them the first time, so if you're new to the game, you'll see. Reminder, click on the calendar button will end your turn. Are you sure you want to do it? Yeah. So you can see 2 political points were used to move Prussia's diplomacy rating down. So basically it meant Great Britain was trying to get Prussia to like them more and hate us more, and they succeeded. They didn't get them in the war, but they got to lower their political opinion. Enemy sights. Sails sighted. A hostile fleet has moved into the Barbary coast. The enemy contains 9 fleets. We have 8. We are going to attempt to retreat. Oh no, not a naval fight. This is not good. So the number right here in the lower right, that is how good the unit is. It's basically their discipline, how experienced they are. The color on the upper left is the nation who is controlling them. I believe these are French allied ships because of the flag on the back. We can only put 6 ships in a line up here. The British can put 7 in. I believe that's because the British are better at fighting. I don't want to fight, but we have to fight for, I think, 2 rounds before we can retreat. Reminder, during a battle, an initiative check takes place before each ship fires. That happens before each unit, actually. You roll initiative for each unit, and then that unit goes. Kind of like that, for each side, and then you pick a unit to go. So we'll get rid of that. So they got the first shot, they shot at our guy, and they missed. We're going to go shoot at this guy. We missed. We're off to a rousing start. And we missed again. Come on, French fleet. I know you're not as good as the British fleet. I swear, everybody is drunk on port. Now you can see our ship got injured here by theirs as they're shooting at it. D means they need some, you know, dick. No, it actually means they're disordered. We'll see that for ground troops too, and I'll mention that again there. That is 1 step from being routed or destroyed. Finally, we got a shot on them. And they sunk our ship. You sunk my battleship! Oh, that was funny in 1980, and it still is. And we gave them the D. After all ships in both front lines have been fired or sunk, the current round of naval combat ends. At this point, you may choose to fight another round, or you may retreat. So we're going to close that. Well, we can't retreat yet. I would like to. We're going to move them up to the front. We have to fight one more round, if I'm correct. So we're going to pick a ship to fire. We're going to try and damage the one that has the D on it. Hey, we sunk one of theirs! Hex to the yeah. The enemy is firing. They damaged our ship. I don't like that. Come on, we got to get out of here as relatively unscathed as possible. They have captured our ship. We are not going to get that back. If we could stay and fight it out, maybe, but the British fleet is just too powerful for us. As soon as we can retreat, we're going to retreat back to port, and then, yeah. Hopefully they don't mess us up too bad. That is one of our big disadvantages, that we're fighting 3 different countries, and we're fighting the world's best fleet in the British. They're reinforcing the front line there. This is our front line. Now we can retreat because we fought 2 rounds of combat. We lose that one because it was disordered. I didn't realize that happened. So this was really bad for us, this naval fight. But that's how it's going to be usually early on. They captured 2 of our ships and they sunk one of ours. We sunk one of theirs. And we're going to retreat into port over by Provence, I think. No. And Andalusia, because apparently the Spanish like us, because we're friendly with them. Prizes in 2 turns, so the ships they captured in 2 turns should be available for them to use. I don't like that. What are you going to do? That was an amphibious landing by them in Sweden. Because this got what they're needing. The enemy approaches. A hostile army. The one here... I wish you could kind of move the screen around like this so people could see. But basically, remember that army we couldn't move because it didn't have a leader is being attacked by Ferdinand, the bull dude. They got 9 infantry, 3 cavalry, and 2 artillery. We have 2 infantry, 1 cavalry, and 1 artillery. We can attempt to just retreat. It might not work, but we're going to try. Oh, it did work! Sweet! Uh-oh, and there's southern armies trying to push us through. Now the Brits are playing a card. Gives Britain 2 political points. Another 2 political points. Oh, crap. They're going to use that to try and get Prussia on their side or Spain. They're going to use horse artillery. I'll explain what that is later on when we get some. Horse artillery is pretty good in the game, though. We can see they got about 12 guys up there. I'm good at math. I learned how to count today. Alright. So let us move... Oops, wrong button. Because I was selected on here. We're going to move these guys up into Switzerland. No, I'm going to undo that. Thank God for the undo button. Because these guys would come on and attack us. We're going to drop back into Spain. We're going to have to fall back. We're going to have these guys merge. What I really want to do right now... We're going to move Napoleon's army right into Hesburg. Let's take a look at his army right now. Alright, he's got 3 artillery. I want another artillery unit in there. So we're going to click on here. This is the other army. We're going to split it. I wish the controls were a little better for that, but all in all, I love this game. We're going to move them in there. We have 20 guys in there. 20 guys are the most you can have in a unit. Leaders do not count against that level thing. And you can only move 1 space traditionally. But we have an event card. If we have a forced march card, we do. An active army may move 2 regions, provided the first region that it moves into is not enemy occupied or owned. Not occupied by enemy troops or owned. So we're going to pick the army here. So Napoleon did a forced march through Hesburg because we want to attack the Austrians here in Bavaria while they're separated. So we can try and make a move onto Vienna on the turn after this. So this is the big battle map. The battles basically are, you have an enemy left, right, and center. You can play battle cards ahead of the battle. We're not going to. You have 4 guys here. We'll just do it. So let's put some cannons in the middle. We're going to put a bunch of cannons in the middle to shoot at their cannons. And then we're going to put one right here. And then we're going to just drop some infantry wherever. Once again, on the lower right, that is how good the units are, how disciplined, how much practice they've had, whatever. Let's move some infantry here on the left side. Here are our leaders right here. There's a reason they're all back here. They're going to affect how many activations we've got and where we go initiative-wise. Well, maybe not activations, where we go initiative-wise, and they can rally troops, because some troops will become discombobulated. They'll be like, I'm scared of all the fighting, mama, and they'll rout. So we're going to just kind of start with this and see where they place their guys. Well, actually, we're going to put a cavalry unit over here. The reason I want to do that is you get a bonus for combined arms. If you have infantry, cavalry, this is cavalry. I'm riding this metal horse that ain't going nowhere, and artillery. So you can see right here, friendly activations. We are going to have 12 units we can control. Horses can move one and attack once. Other than that, everything else we have right now can either move once or attack once. Artillery can shoot up to 2. This is a territory right here that you can move into. So artillery can shoot all the way to the other enemy line or right in here. Infantry and cavalry, they can only attack what's right in front of them directly. They can't attack 2 away. So we're going to have our artillery start bombarding their artillery. During the battles, this is the initiative check we were just talking about. So we're going to do another initiative check. You'll see it up there on the right. All right, so they had their move to attack. The D again, as I said before, is disorganized. When your unit is disorganized, it cannot move, and it is easier to mess the F up. So we're going to use our artillery to continue to bombard theirs. That R means it retreated, and E means they got eliminated and killed. The retreat section, it cannot move from the retreat section until it is rallied by a leader. So we're going to use our artillery to continue to shoot across the way. We do have an artillery unit over here. That we have to fight 2 rounds of battle, or unless one of the flanks is broken. The center, that's where the center enemy is, the centenemy. If they all kiss each other's butts, they become a centipede. That's gross. Quit thinking of those naughty things. If we break the right, left, or center, then the battle is over and we go to the pursuit phase. So we can do 8 more activations. We're not going to do much of anything. I'm going to move a standard infantry unit over here. We have different kinds of infantry. These are regular infantry. These are Imperial Guard. I might call them heavy infantry, because the game that this is originally based off of, or its ancestor, Napoleon in Europe, called them heavy infantry. This is light cavalry. And, what kind is this? This is medium cavalry. Like when you want a medium well done. And then these are the leaders. There's Napoleon. We already looked at him earlier. There's Jean de Dussault. Jean Lannes. And Michael Ney. Just like his horse. Ney! And Joachim Murat. I pronounced that perfectly. So we can pass the initiative. That means of these 7 little mini turns, we're going to say no. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it. Remember, this is the first turn of the battle. We got to fight 2 big turns. After all units in both front lines have attacked or have been routed or destroyed before they attack, the current round of combat ends. At this point, you may choose to fight another round, or you may retreat. Once again, you got to fight 2 rounds. We've not. And this is also telling us after a round of battle is completed, you may attempt to rally up to 2 routed units. You may make this attempt by double left clicking on one of your routed units. We don't have any routed units. They might try to rally theirs. We'll see. If the rally attempt succeeds, the unit will be moved into your reserves. This here is the reserves, where all these guys back here are. And there's a reason you want to have guys in reserves, which I'll mention in a moment. There are a few drawbacks to rallying, though. You're not allowed to rally units and retreat after the same round of battle. So if I rallied guys now, not that I can rally around the valley with a pocket full of shells, I wouldn't be able to retreat. So if you feel that your army should retreat, you must forgo any attempts to rally. Also, each rally attempt will lower your commander's rating by 2 points for the next round of battle. Your commander's rating is the number on the right of them. That helps influence the initiative of you shooting first in any round. So if, like, Napoleon tried to rally twice, his would go down to 8. Where was I? That'll reduce his efficiency in directing the battle. You should also weigh the pros and cons before trying it. The command rating will be restored to normal after the next round of combat ends. Remember, you may attempt to rally units or retreat, but you can't do both. Of course, you cannot retreat until the required rounds of combat have been fulfilled. Oh, the bird's a command! So the reason, too, there are reserves is if I want to move, let's say from the center here, you can move one up, or if there are open spaces, you can move one to the left or one to the right. If you're in the reserves, you can move one to the left, center, or right. So if you have some guys here, it's easy to plug holes. The other thing is, if enemy units come right up in here, that sounds dirty, walk into the no man's land, then you can't go directly from center to right or right to center if there are enemy units directly in front of them. You would have to go through the reserve. So that's why it's nice to have guys in reserve. So we're going to start the next round of combat. I won't have to explain that for all the rest of the battles. You know, I've explained it now. We're going to... Well, the first thing that happened, you see the D went away. I got no dick. It's because they quit being disorganized. You know, they rallied and settled down. These guys are still disorganized. So we're going to shoot across the way. We're going to shoot at these disorganized guys. Nothing. Oh, also artillery-wise, these are a heavy artillery. You can tell because they got the sweet little X's on their chest. And then these guys are our light artillery. And some are better than the others at shooting. If I hold this over the unit, it will tell me if it's going to be a good attack or a bad attack. Command rating has to do with their commanders there. You can see the bonus. Quality has to do with the quality of the units. You can see their support, not adjacent, whatever. So this would be a good attack for us to attempt. And we disorganize them. I'm not always going to hold it over to see it. You can see that the attack is even better now because they are disorganized. They're easier to shoot because they're all running around like, oh no, oh no, oh no! And we didn't miss. I mean, we did miss. You can see, too, our light artillery is not going to have as good of a shot as our heavy artillery did. It's because they're not as good of a unit, but still, good attack. Hopefully we can break them or rout them. This is how the battles work. Good, we routed them. And now they're going to put a guy in the center. For a lot of these early battles, we're going to just kind of pass the initiative and sit back here and wait to see what they do. We want to make it an artillery duel as long as we have more artillery. Especially as we're on the offensive, and we're going to have a much harder time as the game goes on getting reinforcements to the front. So we're going to fight the next round. We'll see if they rally their guys. They don't. I think it's because they don't want their initiative, or I'm sorry, their initiative to go down. Because their commander rating would go down temporarily. So we're going to shoot at... I guess we'll keep shooting at infantry across the way. We just have our heavy artillery. Bombard these mofos. That's an E. We haven't had one of those before. That means we eliminated the unit. This heavy artillery guys killed these dudes. Which is good for us. Not good for them. Unless they wanted to go to hell. That's where dirty... I was going to say dirty Austrians go. I'm playing the part, if you're from Austria, I'm sorry. I'm playing the part of Napoleon. Man, when I did my CK2 Bulgarian ones, so many Bulgarians were cool with it, and so many got mad. Ooh, that one, they got eliminated too. We've killed 2 enemy infantry regiments. I think they're supposed to be regiments. We're going to say they are. And we're just going to pass the rest of our mini turns. I'm not worried about them. Tragedy strikes. Gallant Jeanlands has fallen in battle. Damn it. That means one of our generals died. That's horrible. I mean, we got more, but that is not something you want to lose. Generals make a big difference. So we'll fight the next round. I'm kind of surprised they haven't retreated to try and head back towards Vienna to defend it. We killed another one of them. What we want to do, if we can, is kill 6 of their units. Because you know how I was showing you the cards earlier? Oh yeah, we killed another. That's 5. If we kill 6 enemy units, we get a bonus card. If our light artillery here can break this unit, we will win the battle. Nope, they just disorganized them. So odds are they will probably reinforce the center. But so far this battle's going really well for us. Yeah, you can see they put in a bunch of guys in there. The required rounds of combat have been fulfilled, and either army can retreat if it wants to. Retreating armies can be pursued. So this means that Austria chose to retreat. So this is the pursuit phase. If you're used to like Total War games, it's kind of like that. When the other army breaks, you chase them. When you choose to have an organized retreat, like they did, they waited long enough to be able to do an organized retreat, then any cavalry they had that weren't routed or killed can screen their retreat. So they can try and protect the retreat. If they didn't have that, like, all my guys could pursue attack. So if I initiate pursuit, my cavalry can do a pursuit attack against them, and their cavalry can do a pursuit attack against us to try and screen and save those guys. If we kill anyone on the pursuit attack, the cavalry goes first on their side, and then if we're lucky, some of these guys. So we're going to initiate pursuit because we have more cavalry than them. The enemy scored 2 hits, and we got none! Oh my god, our cavalry's bad at pursuing. That was horrible. The battle was good until that moment. Crap McCrappleson. Well, I honestly did not expect that to happen. What happened? All our guys fall off their horses onto their own swords? Ow! So, because we won a big battle like that, we got a new card, which is Louisiana purchases. The U.S. purchases Louisiana territory from France. I'm just used to saying Louisiana purchase. That's what you learn in school. So, I'm going to use this card right away. So we can get 2 units right away. So we'll get a heavy, what is that? Not cavalry, artillery. I'm excited because I love this game, so I'm like, words! And we will get a heavy, oh wait, I think that's light, medium, heavy? I can't remember which is which. I think this is the heavy cavalry. Unfortunately, there's no tooltip. There should really be a tooltip here where you can click on it to confirm. So we got those. Those are in the capital. We have 3 remaining moves. We're going to move this army. Oops. Oh, wait. No, these guys have already moved. These are all militia units defending Paris. I didn't mean to merge them, but we're going to leave them merged as a home guard. These are militia units here. The 2 units we got from Louisiana Purchase, the heavy cavalry. Okay, I picked the right one. And the heavy artillery, they're going to stay in Paris to defend it. We're going to move this unit over here. Because sooner or later, the British are going to start dropping their troops in our territory to force our fleets. Like this fleet is in dock here at port. To force our fleets out to sea, which is bad news for us. We'll move this army up behind Napoleon. And let's see if there are any other event cards we want to use. Are we in any neutral territories? No. So I believe that's going to be the end of our turn and the end of the episode. Next episode... Oh man, I hope this army doesn't come down here. The big thing is we're getting pretty close to Vienna. They're going to have to backtrack to try and defend Vienna. And next episode, we'll try and move into Vienna. We'll see what happens on their turn. I hope you're liking this game. I love this game. Over like 10 years ago or whatever, when Napoleon in Europe came out, I was like, I just want them to come out with a PC game. And though this is a tiny bit different than that was, there are enough similarities. It's like, oh, this is so cool. I hope you're having a good time watching it. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun, and I hope to see y'all next time. Viva la France! Viva my pants! That's stupid.